Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's daily LeetCode question is valid parenthesis string. So we will given a string. So we have to decide that it is a valid parenthesis string or not. So it contains only opening braces, closing braces and a star. So what is represented by star, we will look into it. So if it is a valid parenthesis, we have to return true or else we have to return false. So a valid parenthesis is a parenthesis that have equal number of left and right braces. So the first left braces should be followed by the right braces, and a star can be treated as a, so we can treat a star as a opening brace, closing brace or an empty string. So let's look into some example to understand this question. So here are our some examples. So if we given a string like this, so we have equal number of opening and closing braces in a correct format, so we can say that it is true. So here between two brackets we have star, so we can treat it as a empty string so that our string will look like this. So it is valid, so we have to return true. Hence the third example will be, so a opening brace, star and two closing brace. So if we treat this star as an opening brace, then our string will look like this and we can say that it is a valid string. So hence we will return true. Now let's look into the approach and how we will solve this. So we can use stack and a greedy solution. So let's look into that. Okay guys, now let's look into the stack approach. So here we will be using two stacks. One stack to store the indexes of the opening braces and another stack to store the indexes of the star braces. So if we encounter any star, then we will store star index in this stack. If we encounter any open braces, we will store our index in this stack. For let us say we will take example this. So it will have indices of 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here first we encounter opening brace, so we will push 0 into the open stack. So after that we will encounter a star brace, then we will put 1 into this stack. Whenever we encounter a closing brace, we will first check if opening stack is empty, then we will check, we will try to pop the indices from the star stack. Here it is not empty, so we will just pop the 0th index. After at the third index we will encounter closing brace, hence our open stack is empty. So we will checking that if we can consider any star, so that is, so we can replace that index with the opening brace. So here we can replace the first index star with the opening brace to make it a valid parenthesis. Then we will remove this also and we will just return the true. If we will look into another example, that if any stack has more closing braces but less opening braces and stars, then how we will solve that. So we will look into another example. Okay guys, now let's look into another example. So here you can see that, so I will first write the indices of the each position. So let us say this is our given input. So whenever we encounter open brace, so we will store that index in the open stack. Whenever we encounter star, then we will store that in the star stack. I hope this point is clear to everyone. And now in the iteration of this string, so we will encounter open brace, so we will store the 0th index in the open stack. Next we will encounter open brace at the first index, so we will store the first index in the open stack. Then we will encounter star index at the 2, so we will store the 2 in the star stack. And we will encounter a third index star in the third index, so we will store my third index in the star stack. So after the third I will encounter a closing loop. So whenever I encounter a closing brace, I will just first look into the open stack if there is any opening brace corresponding to it. Yes, at the first closing brace I can pop one open brace, so I will pop the first element. On the second closing stack I can pop the third open brace. On the fourth closing stack, see, this stack is empty. So now we will look into the star stack. So we can make any star into the open brace or empty string. So on encountering the third closing brace, we can pop the third position star. On encountering the last brace, we can pop the star, second index star. So it looks like if our open array empty is empty, then we will return true, or else we will return false. So let's look into the code explanation. Okay, so now let's look into the code explanation. So as I earlier said that we will be taking two stacks. So one to store the indices of the opening braces and one to store the indices of the star braces. So first we will iterate to the input and we will check if it is open brace, then we will just push that into the stack, open stack. If it is a closed brace, then we will push that into the star stack. Else if it is a closing brace, then we will check that if our open stack is not empty, we will just pop the top element. Else we will check if our star stack is not empty, we will pop the star index. So if any case these both are false, then we will just return the false to the main program. So else after iterating this, we will be checking that if our open stack is empty. So we will be checking at the end that if there is any possibility that we can replace our star index with the open brace or a empty string. We cannot replace that with the closing brace because we will encounter the closing brace whenever we encounter a equal number of open braces. So we will be checking that our open stack is empty till the last, is not empty till the last. Then we will be iterating another through the stack and we will popping the star element to the corresponding of the open stack. So we will be popping this star stack and checking if it is star stack is not empty, then we will return false. If our open stack is not empty but our star stack is empty, it means that we cannot replace any of the closing braces with the star braces because our string doesn't have any stars because it is empty, right? So we will be checking that and we will be checking that if any possible string, that if see, if our closing brace at the 0th index but our star is at the 1 2 3 4th index, so our star is at the 4th index, so we cannot replace this corresponding to this because our peak element of open stack should be less than the peak element of the star stack because we have to replace those correspondings with the highest graded index. Then only we can make it as a valid parenthesis, or else we can simply return false. So this is how we can solve this problem using two stacks. So code is in the GitHub. You can also find the second approach, which is a greedy approach, in the GitHub. Thank you.